Well, hello once again. It is Friday, September 10th, 2021, and this is Cord Cutting Weekly, the show where we wrap up the past week in streaming and cord cutting news. And this week we've got a Hulu price hike to discuss. Meanwhile, Amazon announced a whole slew of new hardware just in time for the holidays, and Roku continues to invest in more original programming. But first, of course, please do consider clicking on those all-important like and subscribe buttons down below. That is a great way to support our channel, and we definitely appreciate it. And for all the stories we're about to discuss, we'll have links to those full posts included down below in the video description, and those links, as always, will bring you over to our news website, cordcuttersnews.com. And with all that being said, let's dive straight into the news, starting with a price hike from Hulu. First up, this week, Hulu announced that the rates for its on-demand streaming plans would increase starting next month. So we're talking about the two on-demand options here, the ad-supported version and the no-ads plan. Both monthly rates are increasing by $1 starting on October 8th. And so that means the ad-supported tier goes from $5.99 per month to $6.99 per month. Meanwhile, Hulu with no ads jumps from $11.99 to $12.99 per month. And no, this particular price increase does not apply to Hulu with live TV or the Disney bundle. For reference, Hulu's on-demand plans haven't seen a price change since February of 2019, when the monthly rate actually decreased from $7.99 down to $5.99. However, related services ESPN Plus and Disney Plus have both seen price hikes in recent months, and come October 8th, Hulu will follow suit. So if the Disney bundle doesn't interest you and you just want Hulu's on-demand offerings, you can still save some money by opting for an annual pricing on the ad-supported plan, which is currently set at $59.99 per year. That essentially gets you 12 months for the price of 10. However, you'll want to act fast because the annual pricing for that ad-supported plan is also set to increase on October 8th, jumping from $59.99 per year to $69.99 per year. In general, annual pricing can save a decent amount on services you know you'll want for a while, and we covered more money-saving tips in our recent video, which you can check out at the link below in the video description. Moving on, we've got some hardware news to discuss. We'd seen reports that Amazon could be prepping some new gear, and sure enough, the company unveiled a new lineup ahead of the holiday shopping season. So let's discuss what's new. First up, there's a new line of Fire TV models called the Omni series. The lineup includes models at 43, 50, 55, 65, and 75 inches, all at 4K resolution with HDR support via HDR10 and HLG. The two largest options, the 65 and 75 inchers, both feature slimmer bezels and add Dolby Vision HDR support. Now those sets start at $409.99 for the 43-incher and top out at $1,099.99 for the 75-inch model. Next up, Amazon announced a long-awaited update to its Fire TV Stick 4K line. It's called the Fire TV Stick 4K Max, and the company says it's 40% more powerful than its predecessor, which could come in handy especially with the user interface update Amazon introduced earlier this year. The new stick supports 4K, of course, as well as HDR10 and Dolby Vision. The Fire TV Stick 4K Max rings in at $54.99, and we're looking forward to getting our hands on one soonish. Stay tuned. And finally, there's a new line of Fire TVs called the 4 series that offers 4K resolution at 43, 50, and 55-inch sizes. Those models start at $369.99 and will be available on Amazon, of course, as well as Best Buy. Of course, you can check out more info, including pre-order links, in our post link down below in the video description. Moving on, FuboTV is now available on VIZIO's SmartCast Smart TV platform. Just last week, we reported on HBO Max finally arriving on VIZIO Smart TVs, and it looks like the company's app ecosystem is continuing to grow. This particular edition means FuboTV users with VIZIO TVs now have a direct app option instead of having to rely on an external device like a Roku Ultra or Apple TV. And you'll get some expected features within the FuboTV app, including support for up to 6 user profiles and a customizable guide. Of course, the arrival of the sports-heavy live TV streaming service comes at a good time for VIZIO users. This week marks the official start of the 2021-2022 NFL season, and VIZIO users now have another native app to choose from. And speaking of the NFL, just a quick reminder that earlier this week, we published a video detailing how you can stream live NFL games throughout the season without cable. We discuss which live TV streaming services offer the channels that carry those NFL broadcasts, and we also highlight on-demand streaming services with special deals to stream certain games during the season. And then we wrap it up with a full 18-week regular season schedule. So if you're looking for ways to follow your favorite teams without cable this season, I'd highly recommend giving the video a look. You'll find a link down below in the video description and maybe up in the corner here as well. Moving on to other sports news, YouTube TV is building out its Sports Plus add-on with some new options this week. The Sports Plus add-on package launched back in September of 2020 for $10.99 per month, and at its launch, users got access to NFL Red Zone, Fox College Sports Stadium, and more. Well, the sports-focused add-on added several more options this week, including beIN Sports for live soccer coverage, and you can see a full list of the channels on offer in the full post linked down below in the video description. And if you've been considering the Sports Plus add-on package and these new additions have finally convinced you, let us know in the comment section down below. And speaking of live TV streaming service additions, Philo announced an add-on package of its own this week. The budget live TV streaming service has launched a new movies and more option for users looking for, well, movies and more. The add-on features 5 channels in all, including Sony Movies, Reels, HDNet Movies, MGM HD, and Cinema. If those channels pique your interest, the Movies and More package is available for $3 per month on top of Philo's regular $25 per month rate. Meanwhile, the service also bolstered its free streaming options with the recent additions of Players TV, Ryan and Friends, Gusto TV, and Pocket Watch to its lineup. And of course, you can find more info in our post linked down below in the video description. Next up, HBO Max is continuing its global expansion with launches planned in Europe next month. In all, the streaming service will launch in 6 countries on October 26th, and those countries include Sweden, Denmark, Norway, Finland, Spain, and Andorra. And after launch, HBO Max plans to roll out to 14 more locations next year. You can check out the full list of markets planned for the initial launch as well as 2022 in our full post linked down below. And we expect to learn more about specific price points as we get closer to launch, but for now, HBO fans in Europe will soon have a new streaming option to choose from. In Roku news, we recently reported that the company was nearing a deal to revive the recently canceled show Zoey's Extraordinary Playlist. And sure enough, this week Roku announced it would be bringing a new full-length feature film to the Roku channel this holiday season. It's called Zoey's Extraordinary Christmas and is expected to include the show's original cast. All 25 episodes of the short-lived series will also be made available on the Roku channel later this year. In announcing the new film, Roku's Colin Davis said, quote, "We are absolutely thrilled to call Zoey's Extraordinary Christmas our first Roku original film and make it available to both longtime fans and new ones on the Roku channel this holiday." Roku says the film will be available in the US this holiday season as well as Canada and the UK. Of course, we've seen Roku make significant strides as an original content producer in recent months, including when it became the new home for displaced Quibi shows and movies. And the move to produce its first original film suggests the company is not slowing down its content expansion efforts anytime soon. In the meantime, show fans will have more to look forward to this holiday season. And last but not least, just a heads up that last weekend our own Jess posted an article guiding folks through alternatives for local channel access now that Locast has opted to suspend operations. If you're among the folks out there now looking for other options to view those local channels, I'd highly suggest giving the post a look. And of course, we'll continue to keep an eye on Locast's situation and we'll update as we learn more. So there you go, those were some of the top streaming and cord-cutting stories from the past week. And as we always say around here, thanks for tuning in. If you haven't done so already, please do consider clicking on those like and subscribe buttons down below. We'd greatly appreciate it, and it's a great way to support our channel and let YouTube know we should probably recommend our content to more and more folks. And that way we can build an even larger cord-cutting community. For now though, thanks again for tuning in. I hope you all have a safe and wonderful weekend. My name is Philo, and we'll see you all next week. Take care.